Hey everybody, this is Drew. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video we're going to finish up the Tamiya 148th Fw190 F8. And since my last video, of course I got the decals on, I went ahead and gave a seal coat of gloss over the decals. And I also installed the landing gear. And now I'm just ready to do a little washing. And what I'm going to use for the top is a mixture of the Flurry clay based washes. I have dark dirt and black. So I've mixed up a little bit here in my cup. I want to basically, highlight the panel lines. And since this is a little bit darker color on the top, I'll just kind of just put this over and just paint it over the panel lines. Like so. Okay, so I'll let that dry about a half hour, and you don't need to let it dry very long. And so then I'll just take a wet piece of paper towel and just start wiping it off. A little too wet. Like that. Okay, for the underside, I actually used the grime flavor because it's a little bit lighter on the underside, and this is a little bit lighter look, so still need to kind of clean up some spots. And show you what it looks like. Where'd it go? There it is. I have the drop tank also washed with the grime, so it's a little bit lighter color. So I'm just going to take this off. Okay guys, the kit gives you two different options for ordnance. So you can either pick the SC-50 bombs or 80 millimeter rockets. And I decided to do the rockets. These are Panzer Blitz 80 millimeter rockets. And they go on these little launch rails. And I think they look really cool. It's something I haven't seen much. So I'm going to put those on. And yeah. So let's get those on the wings. So flip this over. I can actually pop the propeller off. Maybe, maybe not. I won't, but I won't fight it. Okay, so the right side is this one here. Okay. Test fit first. It's going to sit right there. There we go. One. Test fit. Perfect. So I had some aluminum paint on my finger when I was putting the drop tank on, and you can see I got a little bit of aluminum there. Yeah, maybe it'll be a chipping effect. Once you touch it up, it's not going to look even. So. There we go. 80 millimeter rockets. Panzer Blitz rockets. Sounds pretty menacing. Okay. All right, just a couple little antennas on the bottom. And so we got this first one here. I don't like that, so let me put these here. Should have left the prop for last. That's all right. So this is called the moraine antenna. So it goes right here. About broke it. Okay. And again, you probably want to make the attachment point a little bit bigger. Okay, it goes like this. All right, looks like it's going to work. Alright, so it's something like so. Okay, this is the loop antenna, and it goes right back here. Yep. Fiddly little thing. Okay, so it's supposed to be painted the light blue, so it looks like I didn't see that. So I'll get the light blue out and touch that up, and maybe touch up the drop tank. All right, guys, so I finished the washes and got all the parts put on the bottom, the antennas and such, and the pilot step ladder. And then I sealed everything down with some Vallejo varnish. First time I ever tried these, and I think I'm gonna probably stick with them. They're pretty good. Now that Model Masters is gone, I was looking for some alternative. But these are the Vallejo polyurethane, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. This is the satin, this is the matte, and so I used the satin varnish and I added a few drops of matte. You do have to thin them down, they're pretty thick, so I'm hoping these last quite a while. They're not very expensive, and I'll probably go ahead and order the gloss coat here sometime. But varnished everything, got everything sealed, and I'm pretty happy the way it came out. And I only have really two things left to do, and that's put the pilot in. You can see I painted him, and my figure painting isn't all that great, but he looks okay from a distance. And so for his uniform, I just used this, it's model color. It's Luftwaffe uniform, World War II. And so it was kind of a light blue, gray type color. But use that, and then of course some leathers and some blacks and yellows. Pretty straightforward. So let's get him installed. He's ready for his sortie. Put him in there, come on. There we go. And then we have to put the canopy on. So I unmasked the canopy, and I'm pretty pleased the way it turned out. Got some pretty good edges. A little rough there, but that's okay. And I'm going to pose it open, and so it just kind of sits on there about right there. And what I use to secure that is I just use some PVA glue, just white glue, so you don't get any doesn't mess up the paint or anything like that if you use regular modeling glue. So let me get that on there, and we'll come back and take a look at the overall kit. All right, guys, so I got the canopy on, and I'm just gonna let that dry, and about ready to call this one done. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the kit, and there are some things that I could do better. I'm kind of my harshest critic, but otherwise, I'm pretty pleased the way it turned out. And so I don't want to flip it over because the canopy's not secure yet. So, but take a look there. When I put the varnish on, there was basically some wash still up here that I didn't get completely off, and so you see a little bit of wash right here, but kind of gives it a dirty, streaky look there. So that's one thing I gotta make sure I do, is get all the wash off that I don't want on there. But there we go. You can see a little bit of the console in there. But otherwise, these Tamiya 1/48 kits are really nice. If you're new to modeling, suggest you get one of these. Any of the Tamiya 1/48 kits, even if they're from the 90s, the Mustangs, the Wildcats, any of the BF-109s, any of the German military planes, they're just nice to put together. They won't give you any trouble, and they're just nice to learn on, and it'll keep you in the hobby when you build a good kit. Okay. But there we go. So I'm going to call this one done, and I appreciate everybody watching. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. And I'm going to have some still photos posted for you, and I will see you on the next build. This is Drew signing off on this one. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.